Welcome to another episode of Zwei Ales und Hockey Tales mit Volley. And today I am so excited to have on a Zwei und 30-year-old, a 32-year-old from Hellbronn, Deutschland, Germany, folks. His hockey journey has taken him to Germany and wherever Team Germany took him. He came up in the old honey hole Bietigheim and the powerhouse Young Adler Mannheim program, where he became a DNL champion and made Team Germany for the under Oxen squad, the under 18s, and then broke into pro and probably still couldn't grow a mustache because he made Team Germany for the under 20s twice while playing for the Hellbronner Falcons, the old honey hole. He mucked around Krimitschau and Frankfurt before we met in Bietigheim and then Hellbronn together when I was asked to kindly leave Germany forever. He looked like he nearly won it all with those Bietigheim Steelers the next season. But he is best known as a legend and Deutsche Meister with the Kassel Huskies. He is now in his 10th season with those Huskies and just played his 500th Spiel. That's a game, folks. And they won her all in 15-16. They will retire his tricket or jersey when he's done running amok, and Fear and Vierzig will be up in the rafters. Welcome to my shed, Marco Müller.
Guten Abend from Germany.
Hey, wie geht's heute?
Sehr gut.
Ja,
Sehr gut.
Nicht sehen du since 2013, oder?
That's right.
Haven't seen you since 2013. That's a long time, man.
Yeah, and now you're back home and working.
Yeah. Feel our bite. Yes, I back in Canada, I guess after I left Hellbronn, I never have been back to Germany since, and it's kind of weird. Actually, I did go back for the BG to check out my knee. Other than that, though, I haven't been back. Haven't seen the boys, you know?
I think you're missing the German beer. Huh?
It's way better than Canadian beer, man. Well, other than my beer sponsor, which I can't drink again today because it's a work day, but Grey Matter Beer here in Kincardine, thanks for the free beer. I hope to book someone in North America soon so I can drink some of them, right? So yeah, seriously, in town here, they give me free beer while I talk to my friends. That's pretty cool, eh?
Nice.
Yeah. So I get into how we know each other. I guess the real year we actually played a full year together was Hellbronn, right? 2012-13.
You didn't recognize me when I was playing the 4 games with Bietigheim.
No, I recognized you. I knew you were there, but that was the year I got hurt. I had my hernia. I don't know if I was hurt when you played those 4 games or it was right around then, right? It was near the end of the year.
It was around that, yeah.
Yeah, that was the last games I ever played for Bietigheim was when I had my hernia surgery, right? Anywho, but it's interesting how Shed Guys know Shed Guys because you had played in Hellbronn, and then when you were coming to Bietigheim, PJ Fenton was just over the moon, so excited that Marco was joining the squad, and he said, "This puppy is what hockey needs." And look at you go now, eh?
Yeah, still in it.
Still doing it. But if my research team is correct, then we would have played against each other my first year in Bietigheim when you were just a rookie in Hellbronn, and we would have put you out of the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, with Landshut, right? No, Bietigheim.
Bietigheim. Or no, Bietigheim. We didn't know Landshut put out Hellbronn, so I didn't play you with Bietigheim in the playoffs, right? That would have been too big of a playoff series. You get the derby game going, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
So I guess we didn't play against each other in the playoffs, but we did play against each other those 2 years, right? Other way we know each other. I had like the best dog in the world, Beckham, in Hellbronn, and then you got a puppy that same year, and our dogs were buddies, right?
That's right, running around in the locker room.
Yeah, that was her fun days, eh? I think Germany's like kind of. I'm sure other teams do it around the world, but Germany really embraces dogs in the room, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Same like this year. All my teammates have no dogs.
Does your
And the
dog come
guys
in the
with older
cabina?
age. Oh, there is no dog anymore here.
You don't have your dog anymore?
No, he passed away in the summer.
Oh, sorry, dude. That sucks.
But he enjoyed the hockey life. He
Yeah,
knows the locker rooms. He knew the boys,
exactly.
and I think he had a lot of fun there.
I remember in Bietigheim, and it would have been when you played those 4 games, and they brought in the new coach, and Beckham was allowed in the room, and he would come. We'd walk to the practice in the morning. He'd hang out with all the boys while they ate their breakfast and beg for all their food and get some. And then we'd go out, muck it up and practice. And then I remember every time I'd come off the ice, as soon as he'd see me come off the ice, he would just start doing hot laps around the room
Yeah,
because he was so excited.
he was waiting for you all the time.
He was, yeah, what a dog. And yeah, he actually we couldn't take him to Cardiff my last 2 seasons, but he did hang in there until we got back and got to spend a couple months with him until he passed. And what a life that dog got to live, man, you know, traveling the world, good stuff, right?
And a good life in Germany, yeah.
Yeah. Dogs live a way better life in Germany, man. I don't think I've never talked about it on here. Dogs get to come out to eat with you. When I was playing in Landshut, Beckham would come to the bar with us and sit in the booth while we were crushing beers. You know, after the game, we'd go home and get our dog and then hit the town. Oh, yeah, good stuff, right? So other ways we know each other is that year in Hellbron, all the puppies became legends, eh?
Yeah, pretty much, huh?
It's crazy. Crazy. Right? So, guys, so Carlos, he wasn't in Bietigheim when you were there, but Mark Whitfoth just got his jersey retired last weekend.
I had a lot of games against him.
Yeah, yeah, he liked to muck it up out there. Yeah, it's that German hockey world is a small one though, eh? Like it is the same guys year after year, and you just keep battling, eh?
Yeah, for example, like I'm now for my 10th season in Kassel. You know each other pretty much. Yeah, pretty much everyone.
Yeah,
So
you
if
know
another
what
guy,
everything does and how everybody plays and what their tendencies are.
yeah,
Yeah,
if another guy is staying a long time at a different club, so you
yeah.
know him.
Well, and like so that team we got Mapesy is your first cousin and a former. He was in the Shed episode, I think 161, and you guys are first cousins, and you're both gonna have your jerseys retired someday. Just so you know, 500 games on a team, 10 years, Deutsche Meister, guaranteed. And then Mapesy in Hellbrown, that guy never left other than he came to Castle with you for a year, eh?
Yeah, that's right. He was in Kassel and also played in the German show. And then
Oh,
he
right,
went,
the DL,
yeah,
the German show.
yeah. And then he went back to Heilbronn.
Yeah, he's been there a long time, eh? So it kind of sucks you guys don't get to play together anymore, eh?
Yeah, kind of. But on the other side, there's no big trash talk anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd loved the puppies that year in Hellbron. I remember going out for some kebabs with you guys, some donair kebabs,
You love the food, yeah, that's
right?
right.
That's why they asked me to kindly leave. I love the food too much and the beer. Yeah, hard to contain yourself in Germany, right? Um, but anyways, what I guess I got to bring it up. I don't want to talk about it. I kind of want to just have. I've started doing this because I wanted to have fun and see my friends. But last weekend started out. I was as excited as I could be for hockey. You were playing your 500th game, and I knew they were gonna have a thing for you. Carlos was getting his jersey retired. I got sent a picture of a fella that had a stroke that I've been raising money for, and I have a raffle up right now at aleshockeytales.com. And it's a Sheffield Steelers signed T-shirt, and he sent me a picture at the game in Sheffield wearing my jersey, and um, then the incident happened in the UK, and it's been a tough few days, man.
Yeah,
I had a lot of friends in that game, even the ref. I had a lot of fans that are friends in the crowd since doing this, and it's all just been a lot, you know?
yeah. That's a really hard thing.
It is. And the worst
It
part
is.
about it is the shit like, I usually stay in my little pocket on social media, and it's all positive and it's all hockey guys, and it's what I want in my life, and I stay in my pocket. And I did kept hearing about shit they were saying about this Matt Petgrave that I've heard is a great guy that battles hard and is the type of guy that would go out, giver and then want to have a beer with the other team after. And the shit people are writing about him on the internet, man, I can't. It makes me sick to my stomach. And it's people that don't know anything about hockey. It's people that don't understand how fast it's all happening. And I mean, the guy bumps into someone, toe picks, and his foot comes up because he has a little toe pick because he bumps into someone. And the shit people are saying about that guy, man, is so disgusting. It's hard to even talk about, you know?
Yeah, that's really odd.
Yeah. But anyways, my thoughts are with everybody in the UK, and I'm here if anybody needs me. And yeah, there's been a lot of tough messages to read, and I'm with everybody over there, and I'm so sorry for your loss to his family and to everybody that had to witness that shit, right? So let's get back on track, right?
Okay, if you say
Right?
that.
Yeah. Other legends from Hellbron. Christian Bilic, it will have his jersey retired in Freiburg, right beside Carlos, eh?
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Right? Just so you
Then
know, Marco, I think when all my puppies are done running their mucks, I will have the most teammates in the world with retired jerseys. And I'm not joking. And anybody can challenge me on that.
and when you will come back to Germany, you will have the best parties like in every arena here.
It's pretty cool that you guys all did that. Good job. One of my other favorite puppies that year, though, he stopped early. I called him Igor Larionov because he played like him. And that was what was his name again? Little Igor, huh?
Filobok.
Who?
Igor Filobok.
No, not Igor Larionov's. I called him Igor, but it was the little fella that played for Mannheim. With he was on the same contract like with Gelke and Kurth. Well, the little centerman guy. Come on.
I thought you mean our friend Igor Filobok.
No, no.
Maybe you get him into the channel here. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow to have on a referee that Brad Burham called the David Beckham of refereeing, you know?
Polo.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And I like when people shed guys refer shed guys because shed guys know shed guys. And I like to have the good people on in the game. And I thought Rico knew how to recruit a team. I thought we had a really good team in Hellbron, good people. We just never put it together, you know?
Yeah, you're right. But all the years we made it to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, made it to the we did. Got put out first round though. Don't like that stuff, right? I got it written down here. I don't know where you were living in Hellbron, but I lived in that place where like all the players lived. Do you remember there was a street from our apartments to the rink that you would drive by the hookers? Seriously.
Yeah, I still know that.
Oh gosh, yeah, this Germany's different to Canada. We don't drive by the hookers on the way to the rink. Anyways, speaking of shed guys knowing shed guys, I've had rave reviews of my chat with Uncle Jerry Coon. A lot of people really appreciated him being so honest and open, and that guy's a beauty, eh?
He's a beauty, and he lost also the beer.
Well, he's a Bronco. He's a Western Michigan Bronco, you know. We trained hard there back in the day. But other thing I got written down that year at Hellbrown was the place we'd always go to eat was the captain's wife's restaurant. And it was a vegan restaurant. It was the only time I ever ate vegan. And it was just to support the captain and his wife. But like you're not dabbling into that vegan stuff anymore, are you?
No, I pretty much never was.
No, me too. So how did you end up finding a home in Kassel?
Yeah, I mean, I had after played a year in Bietigheim. For me, there was that new rule with the under 23, and I was like over age. And then Rico Rossi got a new job in Kassel, and
Brought you
so
with him.
he brought me to Kassel. And yeah, over the years, I think I did a pretty good job, so they signed me back every year.
Yeah, I guess better than I did.
And yeah, of course, now it's year number 10, and it's a long time. I'm super happy.
You're
Of
only
course, there was,
32 still, eh?
yeah.
That's still not that old. I guess that's when my body went on me, but like you said, I like food and beer. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I mean, my, I have plans for sure. I want to play as long as possible.
Yeah.
On the other side, if there is a chance to switch now with family and stuff, yeah, we will see
So
what
what
the
do you
future brings.
what do you got now? You got a Frau, some Kinders?
Yeah, ich habe eine Tochter. I got a
Oh,
girl
genau.
now, baby girl, and yeah, I'm not married.
Yeah. How old's your daughter?
6 months now.
Oh, what's her name?
Leni Marie.
Nice. Yeah, I remember having my son that year in Hellbrunn, and
Yeah,
that was an interesting experience when I didn't really know, like, I knew German, but I didn't know like giving birth German. So they would like tell me what to say to Lisa, and I would say something, and they're like, "No, that's not what she's supposed to do." I'm like, "Oh shoot." Oh gosh. So I always ask this question: where and what are you doing now? You just played your 500th game in Kassel this weekend, eh?
yeah,
Jeepers, that's fun stuff. So what I saw, they gave you a jersey, so they did like a big presentation before the game then?
yeah. And it was like the 500th game was in Ringsburg. It was a away game,
Oh,
and the big celebration was at a home game, like
right.
Sunday game. And yeah, it was against Krefeld, sold old barn, pretty much. And yeah, it was unreal.
Well, I'm glad you have good memories in the Castle Arena because I don't have any.
Yeah, so I have to say it again. Maybe you have to come over to Germany. They rebuilt the old rink. Now it's a arena.
No, like I honestly, I loved the Katzelbern. I thought the fans were as awesome as anywhere in Germany. It was where I played my first ever game in Germany. And the first shift, I got a penalty for playing without a helmet because it came off, and I thought I'd be tough and show the boys how tough I was, not knowing it was a rule. You had to get off the ice. Then they scored on the power play. That was my first shift in Germany ever. So that didn't go well.
So
And
good memories.
yeah, and then the same game, I had a breakaway and got taken down, and also didn't know this rule. The guy that gets tripped on the breakaway doesn't have to take the penalty shot. The coach picked someone else. He picked Abshi, and then Abshi went in, and the goalie saved it. And I'm like, are you serious? But then that same year, we went to the finals and lost the final game in overtime. Bad memories,
Bad memories.
but it's fun mucking it up there. Great fans. Sweet barn.
Totally right.
Yeah. And fun fact, I wrote this to who, I think it's a fella, JMD Photography. I think Kassel Huskies have the best hockey photographer in the world.
Yeah, I was texting him yesterday, asking him if I can send over his pictures to you.
Yeah.
And he was already into it and said, "Oh yeah, you can send it over. He loves my pictures." And
I do.
yeah.
The one he took of Jerry standing on the blue line, like looking up and the spotlight's looking down on him. It's like, that's as hockey as it gets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you saw those pictures I sent you over, all your puppies together.
All the puppies mucking it up. And Walshy, I didn't bring up him yet. He was just a puppy too, and I haven't had him into the shed yet. And he then went to Krimichow and became a legend, eh?
He's still there, still playing. So maybe I give him a call later and invite him.
He needs to come. He sees what I'm doing. I've wrote to him before, and we said we were gonna do it, and then we just haven't locked it down, you know?
Now it's time.
It is time, right? Good stuff. Love seeing my puppies grow up and run amok, you know? So how is your team doing this year?
Yeah, we had not that start that we pretty much planned. We struggled a little bit, but right now we are back on track. We are at a pole position, and
You're in
we are.
first?
Yeah.
Really? Research team didn't check it out. Good job.
So
Who are your players
yeah,
this year? You got any studs? Wow.
yeah,
Just say everybody's good so nobody gets mad at you,
yeah,
right?
everyone is good. Yeah,
Everybody's
but
awesome. Way to go, guys.
the new puppies, you know how it is.
Well, and you know what I love about it is you got Walshy and Krimichow, Billy and Carlos and Freiberg, and then you and Kassel, Mapesy and Helbron. You guys would be teaching the puppies how to hockey, and that's what hockey needs, you know?
Yeah, that's right. But it changed a little bit. We
The
are
puck.
missing couple Kabinefests
Oh
you
dear.
loved.
You're not doing Cabina Fest and you're in first place?
Yeah, we are trying to do it, but there's not that much time to do it.
What do you mean? That's the most important part of playing hockey.
Hey, time has changed.
I don't think so. Hockey's still hockey in my world, and Cabina Fest win championships.
I think I have to bring that up again.
I think so. Who is your coach there these days?
Bo Super, he's from the Czech Republic. He was before in Frankfurt and in Tilburg.
So anyways, a lot of coaching changes in Germany, eh?
That's right, yeah.
I had Rico on, eh? I thought it's funny because the history with him was rich. As I played him in the playoffs the first year in Germany. He says, "You ever need a job, you let me know. I want you to play for me." And then in my last year, I did play for him. I thought I played probably good enough, but our team didn't. And then he asked me to kindly leave Germany. and and then I had him on. We chat about it all, and like I get it. I know how it works. As you underperform, you get new imports. There's millions of us out there. But like he's a good dude. He's a good coach. I still I remembered his first team meeting speech to us, and I was like ready to run through a wall for the guy. And he's the type of guy, if you're one of his guys, he takes care of you, right?
That's right, yeah. And yeah, I'm happy that I met him in Heilbronn.
Mm-hmm.
So he brought me to Kassel, and yeah, we are still in contact. It's if something is up, so we chat each other to each
Yeah.
other, and yeah.
Hey, stop banging that table down there. Hey, stop playing with
Oh,
your
sorry,
tallywhacker down
sorry.
there. Oh, and by the way, I had the Steelers signed jersey up at aleshockeytales.com, and I don't know if you've heard of him, but I was helped Ryan O'Reilly on the ice this summer, and I got 5 signed Ryan O'Reilly pucks up for raffle at aleshockeytales.com, and both those raffles end this week, folks. So get involved, right? People helping people. It's a powerful
Do
thing,
this.
right? Okay, poster picks. So you and Uncle Jerry head bumping after a game. Was that your thing? After every win, you go up and headbutt each other?
Yeah, we did this.
I've seen a couple of your photos headbutting each other. I like that.
Yeah,
Happy goalies win games, right?
yeah, yeah. He was happy that he didn't get that much shot when I blocked him for him.
You do block shots, but you know, Marco, the only reason you have to block shots is if the puck's in your end.
Yeah.
And another poster picture that I loved, because I know Rico tried really hard. He did everything he could to win in Helbron. He put together great teams a lot of years. But you did win with Rico, eh? You guys looked really happy in that photo.
Yeah, it was the second year with Kassel. I remember like the first year, it was late in the summer when Kassel moved up, and I remember the first team picture. We were maybe 12 guys on the picture, and then in the second year we won the championship. Like everything worked out, but we were super happy.
Oh, isn't winning fun?
Winning is fun.
Did
It
it get
is.
away from you? Because when I won, after I lost in the finals, my first 2 years pro, and then I finally won in Bietigheim. Things got totally away from me. I was embarrassing the next day. Totally crushed. I think there's people that'll never forget me at that parade. Oh gosh. So did you behave yourself? Somewhat, kinda, a little bit.
Kinda.
Yeah. Well, you got to celebrate winning. You don't get to do it every day, right?
Kinda.
Did you guys have a parade?
Yeah, we had a parade through Kassel, and after it, we spent our Mannschaft like Mannschaftskasse, in Barcelona. So we had
Oh,
a
jeepers. So the
we had
Mannschaftskasse, folks, that's the team fund. That's if people get fined or you put money on the board, it all goes into the fund for it's a fund for fun, right?
it's that's
So you guys went to
that's on point.
Barcelona. That would have been something. Everybody made it back safe and sound then.
But yeah, the trophy was flying first class, and the boys are back in the plane, so we're having fun for sure.
So the whole team went to Barcelona?
Pretty much, couple guys like with families. Yeah,
Oh, you
couple
wouldn't want to
guys.
miss
It was
that.
a couple of guys. It was just 3 guys who are missing at the trip.
I wouldn't want to be one of those 3 guys. You can't miss shit like that.
Yeah, I was super happy that I was in the plane.
Oh man, that would be livid. Yeah, we didn't go flying anywhere after Bietigheim, but I had as much fun as I could. I had to get back home to get married though, you know?
And starting working out, huh?
Yeah. So next poster pick, well, it was you and Walshy mucking it up. You had all the puppies on the poster. I'm gonna love this poster with all of my legend puppies mucking it up on there. And then actually, you said you might send a couple more photos and you're gonna check out the computer for any old Waldo pictures. Did you find any?
No, not
Good.
yet. There's so much pictures.
Oh,
but
really? I got nothing
will,
from those days. I got no pictures from back then.
But I will send you over a couple of the pictures, and maybe I don't know if you can post it, but
No.
it's for you.
Well, there's one that I got sent. I think it was when I had Mapesy on. He did send me a photo of me in the locker room just in a diaper.
Yeah, I remember that. It was at a Christmas party, right?
Secret Santa. I don't know why someone would give me a diaper. But yeah, if you find any more fun photos, send them over. I love fun photos, and it's what's neat for me is when I stopped playing hockey and I just moved back here and joined the real world. Um, I I lost a lot of connections, a lot of friends, and I was only talking to a couple dudes, and then there's been amazing photos been sent to me in the last couple of years. A lot of things I didn't even remember I did, you know. Oh, good stuff. Okay. Basically all your poster pics are JMD Photography, eh? That guy is just a muck runner.
He
The
is
Deutsche
buzzing in there.
Meister photo, the whole team pic with the trophy. Those team photos with the trophy where everybody just looks so happy, it just warms my heart if I didn't lose to them, right? And I wasn't in Germany, so I can be happy for you.
Yeah, that was
Did you win at
4 or
home then?
5. Yeah, it was at home, but it
Oh,
was 4 or 5 years later, right?
yeah, it's been a while, eh? You guys probably should win again.
Yeah, that sounds really good, but you know how hard it is.
Yeah, it's hard to win. It's very hard to win, especially when you don't keep Jerry Kuhn. But hey, who's listening to me? So, sorry, Kassel, but you should have kept him. He's good and a German, you know. I can say what I want. It's my shed. And he's a beauty. People win with people like that. Anyways, next poster pick is you and Mapesy with Volkswagen jerseys on. That Kassel playing together.
Yeah, that was in Kassel.
So you guys are sponsored by Volkswagen?
Yeah, I don't really know if it's still doing that they sponsor us, but it was in that time, yeah. And that picture is from the summer game in Frankfurt.
Summer game?
Yeah, it was in the soccer arena.
I was wondering what the background was. It looked like
Yeah.
a nice spot. You're outdoors. So you guys played an outdoor game in the summer?
In the summer, right.
How does that work? How do you make ice in the summer?
It worked out. We won the game, and yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. You get to do that with your first cousin, eh?
Yeah, we have a lot of stories and
Yeah.
that we can share. Maybe not share.
Are you guys the same age?
He's 2 years younger than me.
Okay. You guys did play together quite a bit for being 2 years younger than you, eh?
Yeah, we started there in Jungadler. I had my last year there in the junior program, and he started up there. So we lived together in Mannheim.
And you guys won it all there.
we won there together championship. Yeah.
The DNL championship. So that, if for folks around the world, that is the junior championship in Germany, and it's basically just like winning pro, right? You got to beat every team in Germany to win that.
Yeah.
So, actually, when you won in Kassel, who'd you beat?
That's a good question. Yeah.
You're still playing the game. Someday you'll think about all this stuff. You should know though.
Wait a second. Wait 1 second.
Be better. Come on.
Wait 1 second.
You don't.
You know,
all you know is you won,
I'm super nervous, and right now I'm happy that my English is working out right now.
Ah, your English was always better than the other Germans. You and Mapesy are always high-end English. And Walshy.
Good. Maybe Mapesy's dad is American, so he had it at home.
Right, that's true. That might help. You were nervous to come on. I remember when I asked you a month or two ago and you said you were nervous. I don't know why you'd be nervous to talk to me. Right?
I was nervous before when you sit next to me in the locker room, so.
Why would you be nervous around me? You don't know what I'm gonna do or what? Ah, gosh. Anyways, well, you try and figure out who you beat in the
I figured
finals.
out. I'm still.
The next poster pick is you're mucking it up with David Wrigley, who looks like he's played for Bietigheim. And then I saw the research team that you played with him somewhere too, eh?
Yeah, I played with him in Bietigheim.
Right. Yeah, that was after my time. He was a good player.
He was a good player, yeah. It was always fun. Same like playing against you. It was every time fun.
Yeah, when guys know how to compete on the ice and like everybody is just out there working hard and mucking it up, and then like you can all be friends after. That's what I love about hockey. It's kind of like a rugby culture in the UK. Is like you go out, you give her all you got, and then you can have a pint after, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe I haven't seen you guys since 2013, you know? You're like, you become like brothers for a year and then you just never see each other again, right?
Yeah, we played Bietigheim. I can tell you that now.
There you go. You beat Bietigheim? Hey, that feels good. They asked me to kindly leave. I thought I actually would play my whole career at Bietigheim. I loved it there. I thought I was in, and then I wasn't in when I got a new coach, right? But after a year at Hellbrun, you did go back to Bietigheim, eh?
Yeah.
So did you play that stupid system where the winger just stretched to the far blue line every time they dumped it in and you just shoot it all the way down the ice to him?
Yes, we did.
I've never felt so useless in my life playing that system. When that coach came in, our practice was trap in the neutral zone. Then when they dump it in, I would go stand at the far blue line. So I'd stand at the red line doing nothing, making them dump, and then I would just move up to the far blue line. And that was my job. That's what he asked me to do. And I wasn't doing much.
But on the other side, he was successful with that system.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I know after they asked me to kindly leave, they won it the next year. What a bunch of horse shit. And we got put out first round. What a mess, right? Oh, gosh. So, growing up in Hellbrun, how did you get into hockey?
Yeah, in the neighborhood there was moving in a hockey player, and we were playing around like on the streets, like skater hockey.
Yeah.
And after a couple of weeks, he asked me to join like the Laufschule, the skating school. And yeah,
then you're into it.
Mapesy and me went to the Laufschule, like to the skating school, and yeah.
And then you and Mapesy would have probably grown up playing road hockey or mini hockey or what? You guys don't have mini hockey sticks over there, do you? You should see the mini hockey sticks they got over here. They're like little one pieces that are like just like a real stick. It's incredible.
Yeah, we were playing like inline hockey, skater hockey outside with hockey sticks, not mini sticks.
Oh gosh. So you play, you do skating school, then you get into like minor hockey in Heilbronn. They had minor hockey there. I remember like Luigi was running it back in the day, right?
Right.
And then you do go to Mannheim in under 16. So why do you leave Heilbronn? Just because Mannheim's the big team?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to move there, and it was like kind of the best junior hockey in Germany.
It's quite the
And
program they got there, eh?
yeah, it starts early now. And yeah, I used that chance to go there.
Yeah.
Then we were three guys from Heilbronn going back and forth from Heilbronn to Mannheim to play there.
What I remember,
And
we practiced in Mannheim a few times with Heilbronn that year. What was it, like half an hour, an hour?
yeah, 45 minutes with
Yeah.
all the traffic there.
Yeah. Quite the barn they have though in Mannheim, eh? That's like an NHL rink.
That is pretty much an NHL rink. 3 rinks around there.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of hockey to be played there. They're really raising a lot of puppies there too, eh? Like you see what Draisaitl was part of it, and then that Stutzel was part of it, right?
Mapesy was a part of it.
Mapesy, all the legends, right?
Gelke,
Richard. And he was a captain in Selb, he's becoming a legend in Selb now, right?
he's on the way there, yeah.
He's a beauty. Richard. So anyways, after that first year in Mannheim, though, you switched to Bietigheim for 2 years, and you played with all my Bietigheim puppies. Shrimpsy, Willie Big, Krepsy, Pascal Schofs, Marcel Neumann, Victor Beck.
Yeah, all the guys were there.
Yeah. So why'd you switch from Mannheim to Bietigheim?
Yeah, it was a full roster there in Mannheim, and I
Okay.
was a young kid in that age, and yeah, I had a chance to play more ice time there.
Yeah.
So it was the
Ice
same
time's
league,
important
and yeah,
at that age.
so I had the opportunity to go to Bietigheim and play in the same league, and yeah, I did that for 2 years.
Here's a cutting edge question. Which would you rather play in? The old Bietigheim Arena or the new one?
I like the old one better,
Way better. I
way
played
better.
one or two games in the new Bietigheim Arena with Hellbrown, right? We played the very first game ever in that arena. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh my God, they made another arena with way too big of ice and you got to skate way too far to do anything. I like the small ice where you muck it up more. And then if you beat a guy out of the corner, you don't have to still skate so far.
Yeah, maybe you get a Coke or beer or whatever over your head when you had a big hit in the corner. That was nice.
Oh, that old Bietigheim arena would really get rocking, especially playing Hellbron. Those games were wild.
Sold Old Barn.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
I'm glad you agree with me there. So after your 2 years in Bietigheim, you must, yeah, whatever. You go back to Mannheim, and that's where you win it all with Mapesy then, eh? And you also make Team Germany under 18. That must have been a cool day, eh? Making your country's team.
Yeah, that was unreal experience, especially the under 18 in Russia, Kazan. That was really nice.
Yeah, I was wondering where you went. You went to Russia.
In Russia, yeah.
Holy moly. That would have been an experience at that age, eh? So you're like 17 years old.
Yeah, and playing now all the superstars from the NHL. That was
So it was like,
unreal.
yeah, like Team Russia, Team Canada's there, Team USA, the full.
USA, Finland, the Sweden team.
And then you had to play with those guys, then you get to see their careers, eh?
Yeah, that's. I played against Erik Karlsson, and that was wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a player. And well, he probably got a lot of shots in that tournament. I'm just guessing, and I'm not saying anything, but your goalie, Grubauer, he's done pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably because he got so many shots in those tournaments with Germany, eh? He got a lot of practice.
And he was a young kid. Like he had another under 18, I think. He's born 91.
Okay.
So
he
was
was
a young kid.
underage for that.
Yeah.
Oh. So then let's see here. When you are DNL champs, Mapesy's on that team, Gelke's on that team, and another one of my puppies that I really enjoyed my time with, Mooseburger, the Moose.
Oh, the new referee.
He's a ref now?
He's a ref, yeah.
Really? He's a beauty. He should be in hockey. I'm glad he's reffing. Good for him. He ref in your league?
I met him last time in preseason. He was a linesman.
Really? That's cool. Might have to track him down to talk. So then anyways, that year you make under 18, you play for Mannheim, the big squad in Germany. And then you join pro at like 17, 18 years old with Hellbron, eh?
Yeah, they had that cooperation with Mannheim, so they sent
Oh,
it
you're
pretty
one of
much.
those, eh? You're on the Mannheim
Yeah,
deal, playing in Hellbron. I gotcha. That was
and
Rico's setup. He had a good setup that way. He'd get the puppies from Mannheim and train them in Hellbron
get the old guys like you and show them.
to show them how to hockey.
Yeah.
So that's hockey, folks, right? So in Hellbron, I don't know I think this is the year. Max Beerbreyer was on your team.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, so I've got to know him through the Shed, and he became a Cardiff Devils legend. And fun fact, he is one of the top 5 listened to episodes ever. Wow, eh?
Congrats.
Yes. But he like had Israeli background, and fun fact, folks, we're #1 in Israel right now. Two Ales with Hockey Tales is #1 in Israel right now, and that is funny. That's cool. And you know how that happened? Having Kazi from Hellbron's brother on last week, who is now the head coach of Team Israel and under-20 and under-18 head coach. Wild what these guys are doing in hockey. I'm so proud of all you guys, you know?
We'll see. Yeah, I played with him. He was my partner.
Kazi was your partner, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut down pair, right? Blocked
Yeah.
shots.
No big deal.
Another guy that I was a big fan playing against him. I liked how he played. That JF Caudron, the French
Yeah.
fella. He was good, eh?
You were still chatting with him?
No, I haven't chatted with him yet, but
No.
he was good buddies with Rich Branilla that I was friends with that might have mixed in a pint or two with him, you know. So anyways, I think that's the year I hurt my knee and I don't like play all year. I'm not sure though. Pretty sure. You know?
I
Who
don't know.
knows? Yeah, me neither. So how much ice time were you getting when you're 18 and pro?
Ooh, good question. Yeah, there were a couple of games I had a lot of ice time, but if there are a lot of the Mannheim guys came down, then it was less. So it was an up and down on ice time.
I always found it interesting how it worked in Germany, right? The puppies would play, and a lot of times, a lot of the puppies would just sit in the middle of the bench and like not play at all.
Yeah, it's right now with that rule, that the under 23 rule. So
What is the
the
rule? You got to have so many of them?
the teams have to sign them, and if you want to have a full roster, you have to sign 2 or 3. I don't really know exactly, but 2 or 3 like under 21, and after that you have a rule that you have 4 players of 20 under 24 also in that roster.
Which really jams a guy like you up, eh? That's now in your 30s. Like they make all those rules. There's not much room left for guys.
Yeah, you're allowed to sign like 15 players. There are the imports in and the overage guys.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. Pro hockey is very competitive, and I find that the best people play the longest. The people that their teammates say good things about, that fans say good things about them, that the fans want them back, are those are the guys that keep carrying on. And it's you, Mapesy, Walshy, Billy, Carlos, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but only as I have to say, with the rule, the young kids, if they're doing their job, they get the ice time. Like for that, it's the best rule for German hockey.
Yeah, you got to get them in playing, right? Or else when do they ever get their chance?
Yeah.
I get it. So you made under 20 2 years in a row while you're playing pro for Hellbron. So that's pretty cool. Were you in the top division for that too? Like playing against the Stars?
Like the under 20, like the World Championship, I didn't play.
Oh, thought you did.
And I think it was a Division 1.
Okay.
And yeah, I did all the exhibition games and stuff, but then sent
And
it back
then,
home to help me.
oh, what a joke. Okay, I didn't know that. I just saw you're on the roster. So then after those 2 years in Heilbronn, I'm guessing your Mannheim deal's over and you end up in Krimichow?
Yeah, I ended up in Krimitschau, but I have to say, I was in Heilbronn. It was my hometown. I needed something different, and I
You had to
think
go spread your
Krimitschau,
wings a bit, eh?
yeah, and I think Krimitschau, yeah, it was at the end, it was a hard decision to go there because it was far away from home, different culture and everything. Also, hockey was different there,
The
but
arena's different too.
cold, yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine playing at Krimichow and practicing on like a January or February morning. Good gosh, that would suck.
You had tea on the bench. It was perfect.
Oh, tea on the bench. Well, that makes sense because I remember playing a game in Krimichow and all the water bottles froze and you couldn't drink water after a shift. And I need water. But seriously, it was so cold. I remember like your stick wouldn't even flex because it was so cold out. Oh man. And then there's like still fans topless drinking Glühwein in the crowd banging on drums, right?
Yeah.
Good for them, right? And you know what? Fun fact, small world, that year when you play in Krimichow, I had a sleepover in Krimichow. Stayed with Doug Anders for the night.
Yeah, right. I played there with Dougie.
Yeah, and Lisa drove up when I came on the bus, and then I didn't take the bus back and stayed the night with Dougie. We had fun. You know, fun is fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's nice when you get to like spend the night with the guy that was your teammate, and then he leaves and you just never see each other again, right? Good stuff. So then after Krimichow, did you get more ice time in Krimichow?
Yeah, for me it was yeah, I had at the start I had my ice time. Then I was injured and it is how it is. After the injury it went down
Yeah.
and
It
the year was
having
over.
getting injured in a season, it's tough to come back and be where you were, right? Like everybody else is still going every day and then you're trying to get better and it's tough, man. Being injured sucks.
Yeah. Like I said, I was not at home anymore. I was pretty much alone.
Mhm.
It was really hard, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. So then after that year, you signed in Frankfurt in the third league. And I remember those days when Frankfurt was in the third league, they were putting together squads and paying guys.
Yeah, for me it was the best what I did in that time because like I said, I was injured and I needed that ice time. I want to play, and for me, it was the best option. And yeah, I used it.
Yeah. And then from there, that season, you come and join us in Bietigheim.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to play with you 4 games.
Yeah, if I was playing, right? I don't even remember.
Yeah, you were at the
Um,
rink.
that was yeah, that was the end of my time. I got a hernia, which was the weirdest thing ever. Like I remember playing and I could feel it starting to like stick out at my stomach and I'm like something's weird here and I could like push it in and like then it would pop back out and what it did was it made my groin tighten up that like I couldn't skate because of the hernia and then I had to get like the mesh in my gut in my Schweinebauch.
Schweinebauch.
That's the pig belly, folks. So actually that year when we were in Bietigheim, that was when they played in the playdowns. I never played next, I had my surgery, but playing in playdowns, like Richard's been doing it himself, that seems like a strange thing. That was the only time I was ever involved in that. And it's weird because especially for the Auslanders, the imports, is like basically the team's not going to want you back because you're in the playdowns, but they want you to play really hard to keep them in the second league, even though they don't want you back.
Yeah, that experience that was yeah
It's
that
different.
experience that was really hard. Just
Yeah.
playing playdowns.
is
because
really hard. But
you're
then
going for the
in Selband, they party when they win. I saw how excited they were to stay in the league. I even had a beer in the cabina after they won with Richard and Bryce Reddick. It was pretty cool.
oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm really connected with my puppies again, you know? It's good stuff.
Like always, like always.
Yeah. Just wish I could go out for kebabs with you again, you know?
Come over, we have fun.
You going with the donors or the yufkas these days?
Right now with the normal doner.
Yeah, folks, that's the one in the pita bread, the yufkas, and a nice warm wrap, right? Oh, my mouth's watering. It's lunchtime. It's Mittagessen right now. We probably shouldn't talk about it anymore. That one place I went with you guys in Hellbrand, though, I remember going a day with the puppies, and you guys took me to a kebab shop in Hellbrand, and they had really big kebabs, and they were really good. You know,
Was it outside from Heilbronn?
a little bit. Yeah, it was a bit of a drive out there.
Bots.
Butts.
Bots doner.
That was good stuff. The ones in town, I never really found the one that like really turned me on, you know? I would eat the ones by our apartment, but like, you know, it wasn't like high end, you know? Did you ever have the one beside the Bietigheim arena? They know how to yufka and donor.
No. I went there to the pizza place, to the mini golf.
Oh yeah, behind the old barn. Yeah, they had good
Yeah.
pizza too. And then there's the Chinese spot by the arena too. That
Yeah.
was good too. God, I do have problems with food. You're right. So here's my last food question. Oh, maybe. What's your favorite German meal?
Oh, it's a Rostbraten. How I can explain that? It's a steak in
Rolled up,
brown
right?
sauce
Oh,
with onions and spätzle.
so it's just a thin steak, right? With brown sauce
Thin
on it?
steak, yeah, brown sauce and onions
Oh, yeah.
and spätzle.
Talk to me, Marco. Talk to me. So you're putting that brown sauce right on the spätzle too, eh? You're not putting the cheese on the spätzle, right?
No cheese, no
No,
cheese.
you know, we're putting the brown sauce on, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Schnitzels and brown sauce and spätzle is right up my alley. The steak is, yeah, that's nice too. Good touch. Good pick. So after your 4 games at Bietigheim, though, that next season was when you switched to Hellbrunn with me. We both left Bietigheim, go to Hellbrunn together.
Yeah.
Good stuff, eh?
Then we spent a whole year in Heilbronn.
Yeah.
But I was
and, huh?
but I was injured again.
Yeah, you only played 28 games, it said. What did you do that time?
Tried to block a shot, and the guy tried to hop over me and ripped my shoulder.
Oh, it was your shoulder. I remember that.
Yeah.
And so that's been all good since then. Because some guys
Yeah.
that have shoulder problems, man, like I remember Schmitty in Bietigheim, his shoulder was a mess.
But our friends from Ortema, they did a good job.
Our team. I spent a lot of time at our team of the year. I hurt my knee a lot of time there. That's where I did all my physio, where the team would practice and I'd be going to Ortema for the day. Yep. Anywho, rehab sucks. Being hurt sucks. Trying to get better sucks. You know, it's so much fun when you get back in the lineup and you're just back to going to practice and hanging out with the boys, right?
That's right. Just playing, and
Yeah.
love the game.
Yeah. Here's a good question that just came up. Do you have a most memorable Cabina Fest ever?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
I know it is because
There
every one of
were-
them is
there
so
were-
different and fun, right?
Every time a small part that I remember.
I remember we had one in Hellbrunn that was pretty carried away. But we don't need to talk about it all.
Yeah,
Remember
one Cabina Fest. I remember it was like Rico Rossi did burgers for us. That was a fun one.
I remember mine in Hellbrunn was I brought in Vice Verse and Rico was like, really, Wally? Like the guy that's a bit out of shape brings in the Vice Verse?
And Fleischkäse.
Oh, Fleischkäse. That's like a big thing of bologna. Warm bologna. I think that's what it is. You know? I when I came over to Germany though, it's what brought back my love of playing hockey. Is like I had a tough go there in the coast with playing too many games and being on a bus all the time. Then you get to Germany and you play one home game, one road game each Friday, Sunday. And then Tuesdays you'd have Cabina Fest and the whole team's eating and drinking together after hard practice. And I'm like, whoa, hockey's hockey again.
Hockey is fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I Cabina Fest are the best thing ever. You guys got to get those rolling, man.
You're totally right.
I know.
I have to bring that up tomorrow.
Yeah, if the coach is from Czechia, buddy, just so you know, you're in Germany now. Cabina Fest are a thing. Brings teams together, right?
That's for sure.
It sure does. It was like when I was in Bietigheim and the start of the season, we always had Monday Fun Day, and every week it just got a little bit more carried away until they canceled that on us. Yeah, Monday Fun Day was canceled after we pushed the envelope too far.
Oh.
Well, because Tuesday practices were like really hard. Like that Brittig would have us doing a crazy workout, and then we would just get bagged at practice. And the boys would all fight through it after a Monday Fun Day, and we'd get through it together, and it built character, I thought.
You're totally right.
But probably now looking back on it, probably would have been smarter to get through that crazy ass workout and bag skate and then have Tuesday booze day. Probably would have been easier. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that year in Heilbronn, we play together, you get hurt again. And then you go back to Bietigheim. But you're always staying pretty close to home other than Krimitschau, eh?
Yeah, there were not that many teams who want me with 2 injuries, and Bietigheim had a small lineup. So I signed a tryout contract, and after a couple of days, coach came up and said, "Yeah, we want to have you on the team for the whole season." And yeah, I was back in the hockey
You're
thing.
back, baby. And that year you played 16 playoff games. So you guys almost won it?
Yeah, second place then.
Second place. Ugh, puke. Right?
Yeah.
I'd ask you who you lost to, but you'll probably have no idea.
Bremerhaven. Yeah, I know that. Bremerhaven. One of the longest roadies.
Yeah, playing Bremerhaven's a thing, eh? So folks that don't know, when you play Bremerhaven, you get on a bus at like 6 a.m. and then you bus all day, get off the bus, play hockey, and then bus all the way back and get back at like 6 a.m. again, right?
Yeah.
It's like a full 24-hour deal to play a hockey game.
And to play finals, like after the game, going back, have a sleepover, and then going back to Bremerhaven again, like back to back.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of bus ride in that final series.
That was, yeah.
They were in the new barn then?
Yeah, it was the new barn.
That old barn was pretty wild in Bremerhaven.
Also cold.
Yeah, it was wild to get on a bus and go that far, and then you get off and play in that arena, and you're like, holy moly. But yeah, okay. Anyways, I don't really like the new Bremerhaven arena because they also have the place to like walk around right from the ice to the fans. And it's like you should get the seats right up to the glass so the fans are right up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell them.
Well, I just did. If anybody's listening to me in my shed, right?
Right.
Not much they can do about it now, though. Once those rinks are built, they're built, right? So that year in Bietigheim, though, Shed Guy you had on your squad, Greg Squires. He would buzz around out there, eh?
He was buzzing, but it was good for me. Like that practices, they were intense.
Well, practicing against good players makes you better, right?
Yeah, and he didn't like it how hard it was against me. I didn't like to dangle between my legs.
Yeah,
it was intense, like I said.
Well, you got to muck it up. That's how you get better. And Jocko was on that team, Chris St. Jacques. I played with him, and he's been to the shed. That guy, I always found it funny because he could be the fastest player in the league and he would just fly down the ice. And then all of a sudden, he was out of gas and like he couldn't like move at all. And then like he would go from being so fast to so slow in the same shift. It was hilarious.
He was for sure the best turtleneck. Hi, Jacko.
He's a beauty too, though. And Wrigley was on that team, and he's good. But then other guys I've had on to the shed, folks. Renee Schof's jersey is retired. Can't wear number 5 in Bietigheim, right?
Right.
So, folks, just if we're keeping track here, can't wear 27 in Bietigheim. Justin Kelly, big sexy, big and little sexy, if you remember back in the day, Deutsche Meisters. And Dirk Robel, number 44 in Bietigheim. I guess nobody's wearing 44 anymore in Germany these days, eh? Once you're done, Dirk's done in Bietigheim. 44 is up in the rafters everywhere.
I mean, I have to correct you. It's 22. I changed the numbers.
I knew that. God, I gotta be better. I'm not on it. Mine's been a little scattered lately. You're right though. You were 44 with me. You're 22 now.
Yeah.
What a mess. Sorry, man. 22's going
No
to
problem.
rafters. What a joke. Even in the intro, I said 44. Well, there you go.
But you did your pictures right.
Well, people can still wear 44 then in Kassel, right? Whatever. So why'd you pick 22 then?
It's my birthday.
Oh, what was
It's easy.
44 about then?
The 22 was blocked, so
Double 22.
yeah.
I knew that's where that was going. Okay, so 22 is going up in Kassel, folks. Just whatever. Mark Heatley, you played with him.
Yeah.
He is a beauty too. You never know what's coming out of that guy's mouth.
He is a beauty.
He really.
I remember the Christmas market days with him. Wow, that was fun.
Christmas market days are fun. They really are. That Cabina Fest bring teams together, beer tents bring people together, and Christmas markets bring teams together, right? You know what Mark Heatley was really good at was he had a great raclette game. When we would have a team get together or everybody get together for raclette nights, he could make some unbelievable dips. Oof, wild. I don't know if you've ever racletted with heater, but he can do it. Seriously. My favorite Mark Heatley story is in Bietigheim. Would have been when you played the 4 games. Danny Held was still our coach, and we were playing 2-touch, getting warmed up. And I come in the rink, and PJ and Danny are standing there looking out the ice. I'm like, what's up? And they're like, check out Heater. And he was on the ice doing snow angels, like before the game, on the ice, like laying down. And I asked him,
rubber bands?
no, like I asked him, I'm like, so what was that about, Heater? Why are you doing snow angels on the ice? And he said, oh, I warmed up too much. I was too hot. Wow, funny guy. Yeah. But PJ is a dandy too, eh? He's scared of the shed. Did you know that?
Why?
Because he thinks he's too big and famous now that he's an NHL scout.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's gonna give away secrets or something. Like, what a mess, eh?
Just a small talk.
Yeah, and like I went
look
to
at us. We are
Barcelona
talking
with
more
him.
than we are more talking about food.
Yeah, like, come on, PJ. Like, we're not gonna let the cat out of the bag. I'm not gonna tell everybody when you go to Western Michigan and are scouting players and telling me which guys and blah blah blah. You know, just because you're an NHL scout, you can still come to the shed. Don't be scared, right? What a joke. So then after that year in Bietigheim, you guys almost win it. And I always say almost winning stuff or winning stuff takes people places and it gets people contracts, it gets people paid. So after that year, you do go to Kassel. So how does that go down? Because Rico went there.
Yeah, that rule of the under 23 went up, and the Bietigheim roster was full with guys like overage. So I had to look for a new job.
And Kassel's a pretty good, sweet spot. So would they have just got back up to the second league around then?
Yeah, They moved down 3 years ago at that time, from the DL down to the fourth league, I think. And then they moved up from the Oberliga to the
Yeah.
second league.
Yeah, they seems like they've got their finances in order these days though, because I remember back then in Kassel, they paid the team we lost to in the finals was making serious geld, serious money on that squad, and they had a team. But then they play 1 year in the DL and go tits up, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
that's no fun for the players that are there. So you guys have been good though, eh? Since then.
Since then, no.
So then that you know who else he brought with him? I haven't had this guy on either yet. Adriano Carciola. He came to Kassel with you.
Oh,
He's a
he
beauty
is a
too.
he is a Kassel boy. He's from Kassel.
That's right, because when the team would go from Hellbraun up that direction, we would stop at the family restaurant, and the food was so
Oh yeah.
flippin' good. Oh
And they get
my
it.
God.
And they get it. We're here for the food.
Sorry, I thought I was done with food, folks, but it's lunch hour. I'm hungry, and I just remembered that restaurant. I still remember Rico watching me eat, and in front of the whole team, he was like, Wally, this isn't a wedding. We got a hockey game to play. But seriously, they made fresh pasta. They had like the best pieces of beef in there. I remember it. I still remember the meal they gave us.
Yeah,
Turned me right on.
it was the ribs in tomato sauce.
Ribs and tomato sauce with fresh noodles, right?
Yeah.
Oh, see, you remember it
What
too.
a pre-game meal, eh?
I probably wasn't too fast, too schnell that night. But what, like, so Germany, I mean, I got too fat. They asked me to kindly leave. That's cool. But I thought I was being embraced. They used to call me Kugelblitz, right? Round lightning.
Yeah.
Then I guess hurt my knee. There's no more lightning. It's just round. It's just Kugel, not Kugelblitz, right? What a mess. But yeah, some of those meals, man, on the way to games in Germany, like I'd never had food like that. I'd never had like fresh homemade Italian noodles or the German food. I don't know how to control myself in those situations.
You have to try that, no?
Well,
Even it's on pre-game.
and then they get the fresh bread out of the oven, and then they give you the oil and balsamic to dip it in, a little salt and pepper. It's like, sorry, gonna eat a whole loaf of bread. What's your favorite restaurant in Kassel? Is that
It's an
restaurant in
Italian place.
Kassel?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Really good. Yeah, it is an Italian place. Oh, so good.
Good gosh. But yeah, Adriano was my line mate in Hellbraun. Him and Hackert, we were a good line. We did well.
And
He could
Adriano's still
score.
playing.
Where?
He's in the third league. In the
Really?
Oberliga. Mhm.
Yeah, I like playing with him. He was a good player. And a good dude. I should have him on too. You know, there's
After
so many
that chat
people to
here,
talk
you have
to.
to call a lot of guys.
I know. It's funny how talking can bring back a lot of memories and makes me want to talk to everybody. So that next year when you win it, 2015-16, looks like you got a player on that squad. Some guy named Jamie McQueen scored 70 points, and then in the playoffs, he had 23 points and 12 goals.
He was on fire.
Yeah, must have been. I don't know who that is, but those numbers are wild. You know?
Yeah, Queener. After that, he went to the German show and
Right. And he
played
should
for
have.
Berlin. Came
Dude,
back
to
to Kassel.
Berlin from Kassel?
Yeah.
Geez, it's not easy to get into Berlin, is it?
But then he came back, and that was also funny. Seeing his baby growing up and 3 years later coming back and now
Yeah.
walking around. Wow, that's fun.
Wait, you're just getting into this. You got a daughter now. It all happens very fast, man. Like you were
Yeah.
there when my son was born. You were on the team. He's gonna be 11 here, like
Yeah.
in a month. I guess I haven't seen you in almost 11 years. But yeah, it's amazing how fast it goes, man. And
Time is flying with
it really
babies.
is. Yeah. And then seeing them grow up makes it all go by way too fast, you know? So, anywho, you won it that year. That's fun. You know who else was on that team that I'm a big fan of? I don't know why I'm such a big fan of him, because John Michel Daoust. I played against him in a bunch of places. He was a smart player, knew how to run a power play too. I played against him in the coast. He was with Cincinnati, and he was in Norway when I played against him in the Continental Cup. He was with Stavanger, and
Oh,
yeah, he was a player. Hey,
such a nice guy.
is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I took a shot at him. I think it's because he's just a short little right-handed shot, skill guy. We gotta stick together.
Hard-nosed forward.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember when he played Norway, they had this play off the face-off I'd never seen, and my gosh, it worked all the time. And I thought, why haven't I thought of that? So Adriano was still on that team too. So how long ago did he stop with Kassel? A while?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think when Rico left the team, yeah, that was that year that also Adriano left.
And that's how it works, is coaches have their guys, and Adriano was definitely one of Rico's guys. And then once he leaves, I guess then that's that.
Yeah, I think he had one more year. I don't really remember,
Yeah.
but yeah.
You've been there so long, all the years probably mixed together now. I know what it's like. You're still in it. Once you're done and you're sitting in your shed in your backyard, it'll all start coming back to you.
Okay.
Okay, here's a cutting edge question before I have to go back to the real world. What are your favorite barns in Germany? Arenas.
Ooh, one of my favorite.
Probably not Krimichow.
Not Krimichow.
Not Bremerhaven. Not the new Bietigheim arena. Not Hellbraun. Kassel? I guess.
Yeah.
What's
The
what
rebuilded
about
Kassel
the new
Huskies.
Landshut one?
It's also really nice.
I liked it the old school way. I don't even know if I'd like it all dolled up. I like old school,
I have to
I
tell
like
you that
the
you
old
are old school.
Koffboard rink. The old Koffboard rink, that was a barn, right? It was actually almost like a cellar. It was like you're in like a dungy old. It was a weird building, wasn't it? It was all concrete,
But
open.
that locker room was good.
Yeah, yeah.
So small, like for a soccer team.
Yeah, the Koffboard barn was sweet. I heard they got a new barn too.
Yeah, it's
Sad when
nice.
the
It's
old
a
ones
nice
are
one.
gone. Yeah, I don't know if I like new arenas. What I'm trying to think of the other Burns. Crefeld, I played there. Or no, I played in their old one. I heard they have a
The
new one.
old one, also a new one next to the old one.
I like the old one too. Actually, you know Shrimpsy. I
Yeah,
think it was him again. I saw him get hit twice in his career, like the hardest I've ever seen someone get hit ever. I remember in the Crefeld, we were playing a DL. We there in the DL, and we play a preseason game there, and he got the puck on the wall in our end, and the D man came down like Nicholas Cronwall, like ass first, and holy moly, did Shrimpsy go to the moon? Oh, for a big boy, that guy got hit hard a couple times. Oh. Okay, next question. Actually, no, I don't know. 2016-17. So after you win it is when Mapesy comes. That would have been cool to get reunited, eh?
Yeah.
And then you have 1 year. I remember when it was happening. You guys were really doing her, and that James Wisniewski that used to be in the show came over, and
Yeah, he came over.
he was doing it, eh?
He was doing that, yeah.
Yeah.
He was our power playmaker.
Yeah. He's a D man. He had 44 points in 33 games.
Yeah, he just came over to get ready for the Olympic Games.
Or was it the Spengler or Olympic Games?
The Olympic Games. He went to the Olympic Games, yeah, after that.
Really? Well, that's impressive. The Kassel Huskies to the Olympics. Jeepers.
From the second league, Germany, to the Olympics, yeah.
That's cool. Another guy I see he's doing like hockey schools around Toronto now that I also thought was a player when I played against him. That McGrath.
Yeah.
He's a player, eh?
He is a player, yeah.
Yeah. So then COVID and all that crap happened. I remember talking to Jerry, and he said the year it got shut down, he's like, our team was awesome. It was the best
Yeah,
team he said he was ever on, and you guys never got the chance to try and win it, eh?
we were rocking that year, and yeah, right before playoffs, it was done.
Yeah,
Like the
that
team was
sucked for
unreal.
everybody.
We had to catch up again. Good food, good cabine fest, Monday fun days.
What if people don't listen to me about how to win championships? I tell you, that's how you do it. It's like yesterday was Halloween, right? And um we had an extra practice added from 5 till 6, so we thought the boys could still have time to trick or treat. I'm like, well, if we're gonna make these kids come on Halloween, let's come in our costumes and make it fun and have a
Yeah.
team pick and like have fun with it, right? Hockey's not supposed to be serious all the time, folks. I don't give a shit what league it is, right?
Hockey is fun.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes like you can get coaches that try to make it unfun, and then it's not fun, and then you don't play as good, right?
Yeah, you're right. But on the other side, even
It's
in your
still fun.
years, you still remember. You still remember things.
Yeah, the stories that go on in the game, right? Like it's I don't have as much exciting stories going on in my life other than talking about old stories in my shed now, you know. I'm gonna go sit at a desk for the rest of the day. Nothing exciting is gonna happen. Seriously. But I have a great job. I have a good situation, and it's like I realize I can be myself there now. So yesterday at 10 in the morning, they're like, "Oh, let's take a take 10 where you take a 10-minute break and everybody wear costumes." So I put on my skin tight Spider-Man suit and Mexican hat. I went out in a skin tight suit, and I tell you, some of the folks were looking at me like, "I can't unsee this." I'm like, "Well, I'm only going to
that,
be
that
me
would
in the
be
real
a
world too."
that would be a nice picture to post up.
Yeah, I figured I may as well be myself all the time now, you know?
Okay.
So here's a question. Have you ever thought about life after hockey? Are you gonna try and stay in the game? You gonna try and coach? You gonna what are you thinking after hockey looks like? Have you thought about it?
Of course, like after the baby, you think about it.
I
Life
was
is
just
going
gonna
on.
say that's when I started thinking about it was when
Yeah.
I was holding Colby and Hellbron going, holy shit, like you're gonna be here forever. I gotta take care of you.
I mean, yeah, of course, it would be nice to stay in the hockey, but on the other side, I don't see me really as a coach. Maybe for the juniors or something like that, but in men's hockey, I don't know if I see me there.
Really? So I thought the same when I was playing. And I mean, I was never a captain. I became an assistant captain at the end when I was a little more mature. um, but I never pictured myself as a coach or being the leader of a team. But once I got into it and I've had my baby steps, like I love it more than anything. I like it more than playing. I get to build a team's culture. I get to try and make hockey fun. I get to try and make everybody get hockey and how to hockey. And that doesn't mean just playing games. It's about being a teammate and about like being a friend and a family. And now I'm like totally hooked, you know, brains messed right up. All I think about is how to win all these games. I think you'd be a great coach, just so you know. I actually think
Maybe
all of you puppies would be that were great guys and great dudes and great players, you know?
maybe Jerry gives me a call if he needs for his goaltending coaching a shooter.
You'd be blocking the shots.
Blocking the shots.
Here, watch this. I'm gonna block this one for you too. Oh man, I wonder how many shots you've blocked in your career. It's probably quite a few.
That is a question you can ask Jerry. Maybe he hops on another time.
What is I because Mapesy was a big shot blocker too, right? I'm just picturing you two kids just firing pucks at each other and each of you eating them. But what's your technique? Would you say are you a down on one knee block shot guy? Are you just stand with the shin pads in front of it, or you mix it up? You're not a two pad slide type of a guy.
Not anymore. Not anymore. After that guy injured me, I'm
Right.
not sliding anymore.
No.
But yeah, I'm a
However you
one
got to
knee
do it,
guy.
eh?
I'm a
Yeah.
one knee guy. Yeah.
Yeah. D-men like the one knee. This is more of a go out just with shin pads type of guy. Unless it
You're
was a
more the
big game, then I'd get down on one knee.
although everyone who knows you, you are a flamingo guy.
Oh, come on. Maybe regular season, Marco. Sometimes in the regular season, especially if that gauze deck was shooting, I ain't getting in the way of that shit. Do you remember that? I don't know if that guy can't still play, but that guy used to shoot it so goddamn hard. Like, I don't, he had to have had one of the hardest slap shots in the world, and nobody knew about it because he's just in the second league in Germany. But when they would set up the power play in like Weissfoss or Bremerhaven, wherever he was, those times, like, we all knew what was going to come. And it was like, well, who's going to block that? I'm not. I'm going to be just out of the way every time.
Just shoot it, eh?
Well, I remember like, and that's when I kind of realized I was losing a bit of my competitive spirit at the end of my career was when I first got to like Bietigheim. If a guy went to block a shot in front of me, I wanted to let him know not to do it again. And I would shoot it at him so he wouldn't do it again. And come the end of my career, I wouldn't do that to guys, you know? I don't know why. It's trying to win, right? I wasn't trying to hurt them. I was just trying to let them know, don't do that. Get away out of my way, right? Well, you got any questions for me?
What is your favorite meal right now?
Not Canadian food. To be honest, when I came back, I missed all the food that I had learned about in Germany, and I actually think Germany has one of the best food things going. It's because you have the German food, but then you also have Italians living there. They're making the Italian food like legit. And then you also got the fellas making the kebabs legit. And it's like you got everything you need there. If I could pick a meal right now, I'd be getting the Yufka from the Bietigheim place right by the rink, and I would have a time. But I also love a schnitzel and spätzle, and also Hammer's Schweinebraten with canoodles. You know,
Yeah,
um,
I remember that you love the canoodles.
not the Kartoffel canoodle, the other one, the one that's like
The
breading stuff.
semmel,
Semmel canoodle.
semmel.
Get now with you get the sauce on there,
Yeah,
little on your chest.
and you have a Schweinebauch next to it.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Then Hammer was one that was always feeding me too. And I remembered I went to visit him in Dresden, and his teammates, he didn't think I knew that much German, and he was talking to Hammer in German, and he said, "This guy scored like whatever 20, 30 goals this year, and he has a Schweinebauch." And I was like, I understand you. You're saying I have a pig belly to my face. Got away from me, you know? I got skinny though, Marco. Did you know? Fun fact, my last season of pro in Cardiff, I got there, I was only 171 pounds. I was like skinny almost.
Wow. What
Isn't that,
happened?
I don't know. Got all serious there at the end. But what's funny is I hurt my knee because I was too fast. I was too skinny. I tried to split the D.
Kugelblitz.
Have you ever seen me try to split the D before? Because
No,
that's
no,
not my move.
no, no.
And I tried, and the guy took my knee out. Game over. You know?
Oh man.
Yeah. Being skinny can get you hurt, folks. Just be careful. Well, I don't think I have anything else, man, other than this is exactly why I started doing this, was to catch up with old friends that I'd never talked to anymore and never saw. And I missed my friends, I missed the game, I missed being a part of it all. And then now, like when I see what you and what all those other puppies are doing, I'm just really proud of you guys, you know, as silly as that sounds, it's true. You know?
Danke, Waldo.
Uh,
That's
bitter.
that's so nice.
Well, I do really hope I get to see you in person someday again. You know, that would be fun.
That would be real fun.
Get Mapesy and the boys back together. We could even pretend we're a team still and plan a Cabina Fest.
Yeah.
That would be living, right?
That would be unreal.
Well, all I would say to you is keep playing and keep playing as long as you can. And then when you're done, we'll put number Zwei and Swansik in the rafters, Nick Fear and Fiertsik. 22 in the rafters in Kassel, and this is non-negotiable Huskies. But yeah, keep having, and then enjoy raising your daughter, man. There's nothing like being a dad.
I'm looking forward for that.
It's pretty neat, man. Like, and then they get into all this fun stuff, and then like people say you live through your kids. It's like, well, I actually do. Like everything I do fun in the world other than my shed is going to their hockey, coaching their hockey, watching them play sports. It's as fun as it gets. And you will probably want to coach someday. And you should.
We will see. We will see.
Hockey guys need to stay in hockey, and you're a hockey guy. Hockey needs guys like you. Okay.
Okay, I take you that.
Okay. Well, keep it up, sir. And it's been great catching up with you, sir. And
Yeah,
thanks for coming on finally. Your English was fantastic.
I hope so.
It was awesome.
And
yeah,
sorry for all the guys who listen to me after that. Yeah, it's more food, more food than hockey.
Sorry, folks. I can talk about whatever I want. And ich liebe Deutsch essen. I love German food, and I'll talk about as much as I want to. It's my shed, and I'll talk about whatever I want, right?
Right.
And this has been another episode of Zwei Ales and Hockey Tales mit Marco and Wally.